people think that progress looks like a straight line, with the theory that if you work hard and you're consistent, you can be an Olympian someday. But progress can sometimes look more like a wave or a zigzag. Let me explain. Say you're training consistently and suddenly you get sick with the flu. So now you have to take time off to rest and recover. Then you continue training and you keep going up and up and up. And then you get injured. So now you need to rest and recover and maybe even need to go see a physiotherapist, just to be sure your injuries are fully healed before you can continue. After you're cleared by the doctors, you continue to train at a steady pace. These dips in time when you have to stop training are to no fault of your own. Things happen outside your control, and these dips are bound to happen. They're nothing to feel guilty over. It just means you're human. So don't be discouraged by the setbacks. Keep powering on forward. We've all been there. You're training extremely hard for a very important high-level competition, and then disaster strikes. Your body doesn't want to cooperate. You could be sick, injured, recovering from an injury, or you could simply be on vacation and not have access to the same training for your body. But great athletes train more than just their bodies. They train their minds too. How can you train your mind as well? One thing I found very helpful is writing everything down in a journal after practice. I write about the moves we worked on, step by step how to do them, and even how I was feeling in the moment. Then I have something to look back on and study before big tournaments. Another brain training exercise is to watch old matches of competitions and see what worked and what didn't. You can even watch professional athletes and take notes as well. Training isn't always physical, so find ways to train your mind when your body needs a break. Sports can be expensive, from paying for practices, sports gear and uniforms, and paying for travel for trips. Bills start to add up. To make sports more accessible, here's some groups that can help with funding. Sports Nova Scotia has a whole page dedicated to helping you find funding for your sports needs. Support for Sport has a Nova Scotia Athlete Assistance Program dedicated to helping Nova Scotian athletes get funding so they can keep doing what they love. Kids Sport is a national children's program that helps kids overcome the financial barriers preventing or limiting their participation in organized sports. Find out more by going to novascotia.ca/funding. In 2022, I was selected to be part of Team Nova Scotia's wrestling team for Canada Games. And in high-level competitions like this, you can sometimes be asked for blood tests or urine samples to prove that you're not doping. But what if you're taking banned substances for medical purposes? Due to having orthostatic hypotension, I was in a situation like this myself. I need to take a type of steroid in order to stay conscious, so I had to check and see if it was on the banned substance list. I went to the World Anti-Doping Agency's prohibited list, and I discovered that my medication was considered a banned substance because it can increase people's red blood cell count, giving me a potential edge over the competition. This rule is in place to keep sports fair, but what if it's medically necessary? There is a process for athletes who do take prescription medication called a medical exemption. Every athlete who takes medication should check for their own requirements.